right, time right now is 8:30ish. Pardon my tardiness, as I did not prepare proper with all the buttons rolled up and everything this morning. But now I think we're set. If we're not, Josh will tell me that I've screwed the pooch, and I will try and fix all the sound as I introduce you to my guest this morning. Handsome young lad out of Carroll County, and he wants to be your next commissioner representing District 5 on the Carroll County Board of Commissioners. His name is Jeff Barron, and glad to have him on the show. It's good to meet you. I met you on Friday, and got a little bit of your personality, which is you're a character, Jeff.
Good morning. Thank you for having me.
I think we have to accept that. But, yeah, I did enjoy talking to you and enjoyed talking to you this morning. And also, Jeff contributed to our breakfast fund this morning and took care of myself and Josh and Joel, who handles the Facebook duties. But, again, good morning. Tell us about yourself, Jeff. What can you tell us? What is safe to tell us about you and who you are, Jeff?
What's safe to tell? Well, I was born here in Carroll County, 1961, lived here for a year. I had no choice. We moved to Atlanta. My dad was an Atlanta City cop. We moved to Atlanta, lived there for 4 years, moved to East Point. Grew up in East Point, joined Methodist Church there in East Point. Became an Eagle Scout there at Troop 54 in East Point. Went all the way through scouting, became assistant scoutmaster and helped out with scoutmaster duties. From there on, went to college at Clayton State University. And then 2000, got divorced, moved back to Carrollton. My mom could get my daughter to school. I was a single father, got my daughter to school. I picked her up from school, raised her basically by myself till 2013, met Chastity, got married 2013, and we've lived in the Lowell community ever since 2013.
You know, when people introduce themselves and they put in specific things like just you taking, be able to get your daughter to school and stuff. I mean, I think that does say a lot about somebody, and I think we hope to get those out of people. Just those little comments. I mean, I don't know how prepared that was, but that is something that is.
It's pretty major for a guy to raise a daughter.
Yeah,
it says a lot.
Jeff Barron, one of the 72 candidates running for the District 5 position on the Carroll County Board of Commissioners. Why are you personally? Actually, let me start with this question. Would you have run for this office had the incumbent decided not qualified to run for the race this year?
I talked to Ernie. Ernie was up in the air. I'm going to run. I'm not going to run. Should I run? I'll let you know Friday. Calls me up Friday. Yeah, I'm running. I said, well, let me know, Ernie. If you're going to run, there's no sense in me putting my name in the hat. So 2 days later, Ernie called me. I'm not going to run. I'm not going to run. Go ahead. If you feel like this is something you need to do, then go ahead. He said, my hat's off to you. I'll back you 100%. And ever since then, I put my name in the hat. Didn't find out later on that I've got a relative running too. And he says, I didn't know you were running. And I said, well, that's the first thing I asked when I applied was who's running. Back then, there was only two. It was Mark Johnson and Lee Powers, I think, when I put my name in the hat.
And it is unique that, I think about that District 5, it does seem like maybe 3 or 4, like they're kind of neighbors.
Oh,
closer
we
to Whitesburg,
are.
and then you guys and the other 3 or 4 are kind of Whitesburg, or in the Lowell community, or
Lowell,
neighbors live nearby.
Lowell. Yeah,
so that is interesting. So you did think about it then before, because you reached out to say, hey, I'm thinking about it. Was there something, that motivated you, something that you paid attention to over the last couple of years that you said, hey, I want to have a voice in this, or what did motivate you to
just the infrastructure, the code enforcement, and the zoning. I know the District 5 is mainly agriculture. That's one reason we live in Lowell is the agriculture. We're not right up on somebody as being their neighbor, but you've got plenty of farms out there, cows, chickens, horses. Love that about the community. You're not right up on top of somebody. But at the same time, there should be some code enforcement about people leaving their house abandoned. We've got several houses down there. Some have been burned out. It's just a shell of a house, just waiting for that brings in bad elements.
So when you say something about them leaving their house abandoned, should the county be able to take that over somehow and then just bulldoze it over? Or?
I would say either put a lien on the property, contact the homeowner, insurance,
give them enough opportunity.
Give them enough opportunity. If that's the case, levy some fines against them, create some money for the county. Why should you just leave it there and let rodents, whatever, pour in the house? We have a house next door to us, probably a $600,000 home, nice home. probably 7 bedrooms, 3 baths, in-ground pool, just vacant. Been vacant for 2 years.
What's that address?
380 Lake Circle.
You'll meet your new neighbors tomorrow. Time right now is 8:35, and Jeff Barron's our guest on this morning's Community Voice program. He's one of 7 candidates for the District 5 position on the Carroll County Board of Commissioners. If you're watching this on Facebook, please, if you have any questions or comments, please share those, and I will try to take a look at those and pass those along to our guest. Otherwise, as I say, you are stuck with whatever I can think of this morning. Wanted to make sure that that I did ask this question. Here you go. This question that a listener did send in. He sent it to me after watching a couple of my previous interviews with candidates. I did ask this on Friday, but I mean, it's a great question,
right.
and I wish I'd thought about it myself. But what is your perspective on how to best manage and how to use the additional land acreage that's been acquired for McIntosh Reserve Park? As a newly elected Carroll County Commissioner, what would be your short-term plans and long-term plans for the newly acquired property? Of course, using any influence that you might have and any vote on future development decisions of the park. And I'll repeat any of that if you missed it. But.
Short-term, long-term plan. I've heard several people offer up, hunting. Hunting's fine, great. I just have one problem with the hunting. You mistake a horse for a deer. Mistake a person for a deer, then you've got a lawsuit and all the money you've made off allowing hunters and everything in there, you've lost it due to litigation. Short term, I would say, there's a road right down the street from McIntosh Reserve called Boy Scout Road. Me being an Eagle Scout, I would open it up to scouting, summer camps, weekend camping trips, getaways. Charge per troop. Could call Atlanta Area Council of the Boy Scouts, located right there in Marietta. Call them up, say, hey, we've got this property out here. Open it up, scouting. They're supposed to leave it cleaner than what they found it. That's what they say. Have somebody investigate that. Clean the place up, offer it up for, campers, camping. It designates some areas for that. Just make sure that everybody's being safe and following the rules out there. And
Carroll County did get a good discount as far as what they had to pay. It was it was in with the land trust. And Dee Perry, who's having a blast someplace else, I believe, for the next month. So hi to Dee, because she does sometimes check into our program. But Carroll County did get a good discount on that. I only paid maybe a third, something like that, of what the property was worth. I mean, knowing that, is there any worth to just leaving that property alone, just leaving it as green space and open, and just making it part of the park where people can walk and?
Hey, you could leave it alone as green space,
and I guess it protects some, keeps somebody else from buying it.
I'm talking about creating revenue for the county. That's what I was interested in.
All right, time right now is 8:38. My guest this morning is Jeff Barron. We will take our first break and come back and continue our conversation. Do want to let you know that early voting is ongoing, and at the Carroll County Elections Office in the former West Georgia Technical College building, which is across from the Sheriff's Office. Early voting continues until the Friday before May the 21st, which is Election Day. Early voting is today and Saturday for this week. Next week, it's Monday through Friday and Saturday. But then the week after that, it's just Monday through Friday, but a polling place is open in Villa Rica at the Powell Park location. So visit your My Georgia voter page to get some details. Also, the Carroll County Elections Office, now they've set up a kiosk. So even before you vote, you can go to that kiosk and log into that voter page, and you can see your actual ballot to see who you're voting for. You may think you live in District 5, but you don't. You want to verify that there. And you'll have that choice of which ballot you want, because I believe you have to get a Republican ballot to vote in this race. If you get a Democrat ballot or the nonpartisan ballot, you will not be able to vote in this race. So, that could have a big effect on how many ballots are cast for this race as well. All right, we will take our first break here, 8:40. Back in 1 minute. Community Voice brought to you by Tanner Health System and Oak Mountain Academy.
Health is a journey. It's making better choices, even when it's not easy. It's taking care of yourself and the people you love. At Tanner Health System, we're there for you with every step, with primary care, heart care, cancer care, women's care, orthopedics, surgical services, and so much more. We're dedicated to helping you live and feel your best. So let's get on that journey to health. You've got places to be for many years to come. Find us at tanner.org.
Oak Mountain Academy is an innovative school of academic excellence celebrating over 61 years. I'm Patrick Uran, head of school, inviting you to join us on the mountain to see our mission and vision in action. Academic excellence, a faith-based environment, and dynamic opportunities are just a few of the reasons our families choose Oak Mountain Academy. Academic scholarships and tuition assistance are available. For more information, visit us at oakmountain.us. Discover your journey at OMA. Prepare, explore, and achieve.
Community Voice brought to you by Tanner Health System. News Talk 1330 FM 106.3. Timer now 8:41. My name's Colin Worthington. My guest this morning is Jeff Barron. He is one of the 7 candidates for the District 5 position on the Carroll County Board of Commissioners. If you have missed any of our interviews with the candidates, we're trying to go through them all. I have several of them on the newstalk1330.com website. And I do want to mention, I didn't bring my cheat sheet for this event, but I did promise Kevin Jackson last night. And there's a forum going on Saturday at Banning Mill in Whitesburg. No, is it 6 o'clock?
6 o'clock.
6 o'clock. They're expecting all 7 candidates to be there,
and thousands of people.
He was pretty excited about it, but we do want to get that out. It's another opportunity to hear from these candidates. I don't know if guests are going to have the opportunity to ask questions, but they believe they've compiled a lot of questions that are that the District 5 residents care about. So, again, if you just want to sit down and they having food or anything like that.
That I don't know.
Okay, well, then maybe if they would have told you, I'm sure you would have brought them something.
They said food. I'm in.
You're in. But it's 6 o'clock Saturday,
6 o'clock.
right? Fanning Mills in Whitesburg. Again, just candidates for the District 5 race will be there. So, another opportunity to get the information that you seek before voting in this race. Have you done door-to-door? I know you participated in the forum on Friday hosted by the Carroll County GOP, right, and you'll be doing this on
I've
Saturday.
done door-to-door, met a lot of nice, interesting people from around the county, from other counties that have moved here, and built some nice homes up around the Sand Hill area, down Jones Mill Road area. And
they should be nice homes. They should be more expensive homes too, because they're out of the subdivisions.
I said, you made a great choice by coming to this county. You're getting away from 75, which is pulled Fulton County down to Clayton County, down to Henry County, down to Butts County, and it's just, they were talking about the other day, used to live in McDonough. There was one red light, Eagles Landing Parkway. Yeah. Now it's like 11 lanes, and it's just urban sprawl. Mm-hmm. Can't escape it.
And so far, Carroll County doing pretty good.
So far, there is parts of Carroll County where it's starting to get congested.
And we could talk about how. I'm going to assume that your feeling is to kind of slow that down as much as possible. But and that may be my next question is, doing your campaign, doing your door to door. What are you hearing from constituents? Is that their biggest concern? Do they have other concerns? Maybe something that you didn't think about? You're like, oh yeah. Well,
biggest concern is the taxes, how the money's being spent. Like to have clarity on that, and open it up to everybody so they see where your tax money's headed. Your millage rate on your homes, your millage rate on your farms. I talked to one landowner out the Douglas County, Carroll County line on 166. He paid as much for that property. He pays more in taxes now every year than he paid for that property.
No kidding.
And it's a chunk.
The Carroll County's Chairman, Michelle Morgan, has already said she's going to request a rollback of the millage rate.
Right.
And that just seems to be the go-to. As far as, what the county is told. That if that millage rate is rolled back to the number that the state suggests, in theory, the county will collect the same amount of taxes overall as it did last year, but that doesn't necessarily affect everybody the same way. There'll still be property owners that pay a little bit more than they did last year, or they'll pay the same, but there'll be plenty of people who pay less. So that'll be discussed with the budget after the budget, which the budget discussions are going on right now. But have you seen the budget? Are there things in the budget, even over the last couple of years, that you would like to see that you may think don't need as much attention or as much money as they are receiving now? Or maybe there's some that need more?
There's probably a lot that I've seen that needs less attention. I know everybody in the county that worked for the county got a raise last year. That's become a big snafu with Ernie and things that happen in that. I don't want to touch that right now, but the biggest thing I see is infrastructure, roads. You see a lot of people in Carroll County who are taking their tax money, headed to Noonan, headed to Douglasville, headed to Alabama, go to restaurants, go shopping. I'd like to see something here. I know that's a city problem, but I'd like to see something brought here where people could shop other than Belk's. We've got little tiny Belk's and Target.
But that brings the potential for people, more people coming in here, and then more traffic, and then more people wanting to live here, and they're building their houses, and I mean that's the the balance.
But you've got places where they can build houses. Now they're required. I believe it's in district. 5 acres, 3 acres.
Let's shove them in District 4. Let's get all the houses.
But there are plenty of apartments and stuff coming up in Billerica and that area. And where are those people going to shop? Are they taking their tax money and going somewhere else and spending that tax money? Are they invested locally?
Jeff Barron, our guest on this morning's Community Voice program. He's one of 7 candidates for the District 5 position on the Carroll County Board of Commissioners. Again, I'm going to give you one more chance to remind you anyway to post any questions or comments to the News Talk 1330 Facebook page. And during my next break, I will look at that and share those during this conversation. What do you think is the skill or a subject topic that other board members would turn to you as an expert, or at least somebody with some sufficient knowledge on when they may need enlightenment on a certain issue?
I would say just being a people person. I've been a people person my whole life. I was a single child. I had to go meet people. I didn't have any playmates in the house, anybody to fight with, anybody to argue with. I became friends with everybody. I wasn't outcast anybody. I was friends with the jocks, the hood rats, whatever you want to call them. And me just being a people person, I believe I could get that out. I coached Little League softball here, basketball here for my daughter. She played softball, basketball, and lacrosse at Carrollton. And just helping out in the community any way I can. I mean, I've had people reach out to me about certain problems that they've got in the area and certain problems I'd like to address, but, that's all getting me elected.
Are you a supporter of the special purpose local option sales tax, and do you foresee a time when voters won't be asked to make that decision, where they say, we'll give us a break? I mean, we're not going to ask for that extra penny for this next 5-year period.
As far as taxes go, state taxes, federal taxes, I'd just like to see a flat tax, period. SPLOST tax, I believe it helps out the city more than it does the county. I see a lot of stuff being done in the city, roads being paved, bridges being constructed. Sure that state involved with that, and federally funded money, but I'm sure I'd like to see SPLOST better used for the county use, not just city use.
For county use, I mean, for the SPLOST, I mean, I think road projects are acceptable, but it's typically for building projects and things like that, like
right.
the new administration building that we have, and I believe they're going to show the options. I think they put together like 5 or 6 different options that the county may vote on this Tuesday. And I mean, I wouldn't put you on the spot and say, hey, which one do you like best? But I think that they'll present those on Tuesday.
Right. Joel
will live stream that Carroll County Board of Commissioners meeting on Tuesday, and perhaps they'll have pictures of that on the big screen. And Joel, with his multi-cameras, will be able to show each of those, I believe, on that program. Let me take our final break here. Time right now is 8:50. My guest is Jeff Barron, again, one of 7 candidates for the District 5 position on the Carroll County Board of Commissioners. And then we'll take our final break and come back and wrap up this morning's program.
Health is a journey. It's making better choices, even when it's not easy. It's taking care of yourself and the people you love. At Tanner Health System, we're there for you with every step, with primary care, heart care, cancer care, women's care, orthopedics, surgical services, and so much more. We're dedicated to helping you live and feel your best. So let's get on that journey to health. You've got places to be for many years to come. Find us at tanner.org.
The AP Scholar Journey at Oak Mountain Academy is designed to provide students with a clearly defined advanced placement curriculum track to earn a series of distinctions upon graduation. This journey enables academically prepared students to pursue college-level studies throughout 17 AP courses in 5 subject categories while enrolled at OMA. I'm Patrick Uran, head of school, inviting you to journey with us on the mountain. For more information, visit us at oakmountain.us. Discover your journey at OMA. Prepare, explore, and achieve.
What do you remember?
852, welcome back to the WLBB Community Voice here on News Talk 1330 FM 106.3. My name is Colin Worthington. My guest this morning, Jeff Barron, one of 7 candidates for the District 5 position on the Carroll County Board of Commissioners. Got about 8 minutes. Got to talking to him during the break. I didn't even look at to see if anybody had posted any comments. But as I look for this question that I ask all the time, because it is something that comes up in pretty much every board meeting, Carroll County Board of Commissioners, is discussion of rezoning. And we hear District 5 commissioners, they want to slow down, if not use the word prevent, growth going on in District 5. But say, hey, I've got this big farm, and farmland property, and, I'm done. I'm retiring. My son wants money because he wants to go do fun stuff far, far away, and doesn't care about the farming. But I'm going to sell it, and the only person interested in buying from me right now just giving me a crazy deal, wants to build an amusement park, and also wants to build like 75 houses in the subdivision there, but I need rezoning before he'll buy that. If I present that to you and present, hey, this is my property. This is what this is what my family wants. This is what they need right now, and I got to rezone it to sell it. How do you determine as a commissioner how you're going to vote as far as that rezoning?
I think you'd have to take that on a step-by-step basis. I know there's a house for sale. It's not in District 5. It's on 1170 Lowell Road. It's 96 acres, I believe. It's up for sale for $3.9 million. It's right smack dab in the middle of Lowell Road, and you're wondering, well, is that going to be a subdivision? I know there's one off Clem Lowell Road that's turned into a subdivision, and you're just wondering, is that going to be a subdivision one day, or is it going to be,
So you have to think that long term, even if you don't know exactly what it could be.
What they're bringing here. I mean, I don't know. I'm sure the guy's elderly and just wants some money, cash out, move to Tennessee or Florida where you don't have to pay state income taxes. And $3.9 million, yeah, I would sell it, but I would make sure it stayed agricultural. I wouldn't turn it, like I said, you have to take that on a step-by-step, case-by-case basis.
Looking at our Facebook page, a gentleman who's a frequent question and opinion sharer with the Community Voice program says, West Georgia, Carroll County is home to a lot of Hispanic people who contribute to the economic vitality of the region. Are you aware of their needs from the local government? It's Juan Carlos Ferrero. So do you think you're aware of different cultures' needs in this county? Considering that everybody's participating?
Oh, by far. When I used to drive from Mayfield, I would stop and see buses pull up at trailer parks and stuff, and a whole bunch of Hispanics get out. And I've heard that they had their own little community Hispanic dentistry and all that stuff running. You have to interact with those folks and get them accustomed to the West Georgia way of life, and not single them out to where they feel secluded. You've got to include them in what's happening around the area.
After we're done with the elections and things, I have talked with several from Hispanic communities from different countries who do live here in Carroll County now, and I'm hoping to bring them on, one by one on our program throughout the rest of the year. So I'll keep everybody updated on those. And I've talked with Juan actually about my plan there. Ashley Nicole Cook, I'm guessing she's part of your political campaign team. No, okay, because she tells Juan Carlos here, please reach out to Jeff Barron, put your phone number up there. Says he would love to meet you in person and listen to the concerns and needs. Right. So I'm assuming that's part of your team. somewhere.
Right.
Probably should introduce yourself to
Yeah,
her.
she can. They can reach out to me. Stop by the house. Yeah, I'm retired. I don't have any other obligations other than just the folks in Carroll County, District 5.
Well, as we wrap up, let's do just nothing but happy stuff. When I ask this question, typically I'm hoping people can come up with some guy that everybody recognizes. Maybe, I mean, it's not always going to be the case, but who do you turn to? Like when you personally, I asked you, who could you be on the Board of Commissioners that everybody could turn to ask for advice? But you've come across something that you don't maybe fully understand, or you need nudged in a certain direction, or just somebody that you go to seek guidance and advice from. Who would that be locally?
Locally, I would say Ernie, who is, not seeking office anymore. Marty Smith, who used to be county commissioner. Reach out to him. He's with the state of Georgia government. Just reach out to somebody higher up than me that would know where to lead me, where to direct me to.
And your ego's not keeping you from doing that?
No.
Not that you had an ego. I just had to throw that in there too. But how about your favorite places to be in Carroll County or in District 5? I mean, it could be some place to eat. It could just be just where you go and reflect. But just one of the places that you just enjoy being the most.
Favorite place to be is probably at home with the wife. We're
that's getting points today.
We're pretty much homebodies. We have a pool in the backyard, and when we're not home, we're traveling. So
we got about 3 minutes left in the program. So let me just give you the opportunity. Hey, I'm living in District 5. I'm walking out of my house, and and not everybody's going to be open to somebody campaigning and coming
Right.
to their front porch. But I'm going to give you a minute. I got to go, but give me a minute. Tell me why why your name should be the one that I check when I.
Well, it's like I said, I'm retired. I've got ample 24 hours a day to, talk about your problem, get to you, try to solve your problem, correct your problem as best I can. I don't have any other obligations other than my grandchildren and my children. And just remember, JB is for me.
Time right now is 8:58. Wrapping up our program with our guest, Jeff Barron. He is one of 7 candidates for the District 5 position on the Carroll County Board of Commissioners. It was good to meet you this weekend. This whole week ago, wasn't it?
Right.
I was thinking like today was Tuesday. Yeah, that was a week ago, but it was good to meet you. Good to have you come on the program.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
Remember, early voting is ongoing right now at the former West Georgia Technical College office across from the Sheriff's Office. And if you can't vote this week, you can go on Saturday. Also, next week, early voting continues there with a Saturday option. The week after, it's only Monday through Friday. But Powell Park in Villa Rica will be open for early voting that third week, also Monday through Friday. Election Day is May 21st. I know a lot of people like to wait till that day and go to their own polling place, and that's cool. But, hey, thank you for listening to this morning's Community Voice program. I believe Monday we have David Huddleston. He's on the ballot, Republican House Representative. I hate to even try and think of what number that is at this point, because I think his might have changed too. Maybe it's 68. But it's South Carroll County. He goes into Heard County. But he'll be our guest on Monday. Going to talk a lot of ag stuff, I believe. And he's unchallenged this year, but he's still going to be on ballots. But he'll be on the program Monday. And I believe Tuesday I might have Ronnie Ridley, candidate for Haralson County Commission Chairman, is the current Haralson County Commission Chairman. And then maybe on Wednesday is Jason Blackman. He is the Haralson County Magistrate Judge, Chief Judge. So I think so. They're on the program sometime next week, but so you want to tune in and check in at 8:30 for those programs. Again, thank you for coming out.
Thank you.
Thank you for watching and listening. Community Voice brought to you by Tanner Health System and Oak Mountain Academy. Have a great weekend, everybody.